Maya Kensington's heels clicked sharply against the marble as she strode down the silent hallway of Kensington Tech's top floor. It was nearly midnight, a time when the building should have been empty, except she needed solitude to clear her overflowing mind. The board was fighting her expansion plan, investors were restless, and the media was questioning her capability as the youngest female millionaire CEO in the industry. She pushed open the glass door to the innovation lab, planning to sit alone among the prototypes and half-finished dreams. But she froze. Lights were on. Someone was inside. Maya's first instinct was irritation. Which employee thought they could just stay after hours like this without permission? She stepped in quietly, prepared to fire whoever it was. Then she saw him. A slender black man in navy janitorial overalls stood by her newest prototype, an AI-assisted robotics unit worth millions. He wasn't cleaning. He wasn't touching anything recklessly. He was fixing it. The robot's chest panel was open, circuits exposed, and he leaned over it with an intensity Maya had only ever seen in top-tier engineers. His fingers moved with confidence, adjusting microwires, recalibrating sensors, plugging in custom-made components that definitely didn't exist in her design. Maya blinked once, twice. "Excuse me," she said sharply. The janitor jumped, tools clattering to the floor. "Ms. Kensington, I'm sorry I can explain." Maya crossed her arms. "Start explaining now." He swallowed. "My name is Elijah Brooks. I cleaned the labs during night shift, and this robot was malfunctioning earlier today. I heard the engineering team saying it might take weeks to fix." He looked down, almost embarrassed. "I thought I'd try something while no one was around." "You thought you'd try something on a multi-million-dollar prototype?" Maya shot back. "Do you have any idea how complicated that system is?" A strange calm settled over him. "Yes, ma'am," he said, "I actually do." He reached for a small notebook on the table and opened it. Maya leaned in despite herself. Pages and pages of sketches, code patterns, improved chip layouts, notes written in immaculate handwriting, notes correcting her senior engineer's existing designs. Her breath caught. You understand this tech?" Elijah nodded slowly. "I've been studying robotics since I was a kid, couldn't afford college, got this job instead, but whenever I cleaned the labs I'd look at the designs, try to understand, then solve things in my head." Maya stared at him as if seeing a ghost. He wasn't boasting, she could feel his sincerity, but sincerity wasn't enough. Her eyes moved toward the robot. "Show me," she said. Elijah hesitated, then powered the robot on. The unit hummed faintly, then stood upright, more smoothly than it ever had in her engineer's tests. Its optical sensors lit up in synchronized patterns, something her team had been struggling with for 6 months. Maya stepped closer. "What did you do?" "I realigned the central core to reduce energy loss," Elijah explained, voice steadier now. "And I wrote a new subroutine that lets the AI prioritize motion stability before secondary tasks. It'll stop the overheating issue too." Maya felt her pulse in her throat. Every word he said made sense, more than sense. It was brilliant. The robot extended its hand toward her, perfectly balanced. No lag, no jitter. Her heart dropped into her stomach. Her entire engineering department hadn't been able to achieve this. She turned back to Elijah. "Why didn't you tell anyone you could do this?" He let out a small, almost sad laugh. "Who would listen? I'm just the janitor, ma'am. People don't look at me and see someone who belongs in a lab." Maya felt something shift inside her, guilt, respect, admiration, all rising at once. She had built a company that bragged about equal opportunity, yet a genius had been sweeping her floors unnoticed for years. "Elijah," she said quietly, "you solved in one night what my best engineers couldn't fix in half a year." He looked startled. She took a step closer. "I'm not asking this as your boss, but as a woman watching pure talent appear out of thin air. Where did you learn all this?" "My father," Elijah whispered. "He was a repairman, taught me everything about how machines feel, and the rest I taught myself." Maya exhaled shakily. Something about the humility in his voice made her chest ache. "Do you want to work here? Not as janitorial staff, as an engineer, full salary, full position, starting tomorrow." Elijah's eyes went wide. "Ms. Kensington, are you serious?" "Serious enough to say this," she extended her hand to him. You just changed the future of this company, and you changed me. I don't ever want to overlook brilliance again." His voice cracked. Thank you, ma'am." Maya smiled for the first time that night. "No," she shook her head gently. "Thank you, Elijah, for walking into my lab and showing me that genius can come from anywhere even when the world refuses to see it." The robot behind them whirred softly, as if agreeing. And for the first time in months, Maya felt hope.